Hey everyone, I want to show you how to use Google Classroom. And what's really nice is that you don't need to be logged into your Clever to create your classes, so you can get this started before any of your kids are even on your roster. So log into your Google account, and you can tell if you're logged in because of your icon in the top right corner. And right next to it is your little checkerbox grid that shows you the Google apps available. Click on the grid and then choose Classroom. When you first get started, this is what your screen will look like if you've never created a class. So all you need to do at this point is go to the plus sign and choose Create Class. Now, title your class as specific as you can. And this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to create classes per school. So I'm not going to do per section. I'm going to do it as a school and then make assignments for the various students. So I'm going to title this one OCHS TVA, because this is what's going to show up on your student's dashboard. And I'm going to switch over to my daughter's dashboard real quick. And you can see how this is where the title will show up. So you want to make it as specific and clear as possible so the students aren't confused on what class is that again. So make sure you title it appropriately. You don't need to put a section or subject or anything like that unless you want to. And then choose Create. Now, when you create your class, it'll automatically pop up. But you may be thinking to yourself, well, I need to do a bunch of classes. So what you can do is go back right here to your main menu and click on Classes, which will bring you to your dashboard that looks very similar to the student's dashboard. Then you could go ahead and create another class. So I'm going to do Southside High School TVA. Create. Okay. And whatever class you create is going to automatically pop up. So then just go back to your dashboard, and whichever class you want to work on editing, you just choose it. So I'm going to work on my Como. Right here is the class code. Now with the upper grade levels, they have access to their emails where the elementary don't. So you would have to give your student the class code to enter to join the class. The way they do that is you would give them this code, have them log into their Google Classroom, and on their plus sign, you click on Join a Class and you put the code right here. Okay. Once they join, it'll pop up in their dashboard as your class. If you ever need to use Google Meet, I don't know if we are able to use Google Meet, but it'll generate a link right here for you. And very much like Facebook, this is where all your announcements will show up. You can change your theme. And because Kelly just got her teapot, I'm going to choose that one. Or you can even upload a photo if you want, if you have something specific you want to have in the background. And on your gear, Whenever, I'm going to show you how to make some changes right here, but whenever you make an announcement to students, there's an option to where students can respond back as part of the thread. So let's just put welcome to an exciting new year, and I'm going to post it. You can also create posts that you can schedule for a later date. If you click schedule, you can choose the day and time you want it to post. Or you can just go ahead and post it automatically. Now, you can see how students can comment back right here. So there's times where you want them to comment and sometimes you don't. Whenever you do get comments, for the most part, it will send you an email stating that you received a class comment. So if you're like me and you don't want your email just blowing up all the time, go to your gear in the top and you can change this to right here in the stream. Students can post and comment, students can only comment, or only teachers can post or comment. That's what I like to put on. As far as classwork that you're going to put or assign to your students, you can show the full assignment on the feed, or you can just show condensed notifications. I usually keep it at condensed notifications because what I do is I create an assignment for each student. So not all my kids are going to have the exact same assignment. I will cater to the student and what they want to do. You don't have to worry about grades right now, or at all. And then just click save. Okay. Now, what I do with my students, instead of having a different classroom for each section of students, I assign classwork per student. So I'm going to go to classwork and then create. You can do an assignment, a quiz, question, material, anything like that. I'm going to choose assignment. And this is where you could put in the student's name, say like A, because you don't want to use their full name. Just put A Saft, and any instructions you want for them. This is the class that they're in. And then right here, I don't have any students in my list right now, but you can have it to where it only sends the assignment to the one student you're making the assignment for. So no other student can see their assignment. They can only see their own, and they can see whatever announcements you post on your feed. If you want to upload anything to your drive as far as images or scripts, music, go ahead and put it on your drive first, and then you can add files from your drive. Okay, so, and if you need to upload something, you can upload, or anything recent, you would click on it, insert, and it gives them access to the file. You can have them, just view, edit, or make a copy for each student. Right here in points, just because a lot of our students are also gifted, they stress out about grades. I put it as ungraded just to remind them that, yeah, I'm expecting them to do something, but it's not a Carnegie unit. If you want to add a due date, you can, or even a topic. And then you would do assign. Okay. You'll see in your classwork, it shows her assignment. If you go back to your stream, you as the teacher will see that you posted an assignment for this specific student. But the only student that's going to get notification of that is the student you chose to receive notification. If you click on the assignment, it shows you if they turned anything in. You can show your instructions. And in the instructions tab is where you and the student can write back and forth. Like if they have a question or you want to make a comment, anything like that, you can write back and forth with them. And also when they turn in an assignment, you can make comments and y'all can write back and forth as well. You will receive notification in your email if a student comments, so that way you know that you're not just leaving one of your kiddos hanging. You can always use this main menu to go back to the main area in your feed for your classroom. So I want to give, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And at the end of the year, when you're done with the class and you're ready to just move on, there's these three little dots, and then you can send it to archive. Whenever you send something to archive, it doesn't delete it right away. It keeps it in case you ever need to go back and look at something again, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in one of my archived classes. I'm going to pull in my high school visual arts from last year. And you can see different things that I posted for students. And if you want to restore it to edit, you just hit restore. Okay. If you restore a archived class, it will show up back in your dashboard. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go to classwork. And you see, this is what I did. Sophia wanted to do, focus on drawing hands. Sydney wanted to do watercolor. And so throughout the year, you may need to add more assignments if the student finishes a project. So let's say Sophia wanted to do hands and she did it and was successful, and then she wants to move on to feet. So you may want to create another assignment that says Sophia feet. That way they still have all their assignments at the end of the year. I'm going to click on Genevieve's animation. And if you just click on the classwork and then the title of the assignment, it just gives you a basic snapshot, basically, of what it is that you posted. So you can go to View Assignment, and then go to Instructions. And that way you can go back and review things that you gave a student. Sometimes we need a little help with our memory. And as you go through, you can see different posts and just an idea of what a classroom will look like over time. And when you're going through your feed, you can see if the student commented to you as you go along, and then you can go ahead and check it. So I'm going to click on her assignment. You can see where their comments are. And then you can write back to your student. You can go to instructions and look back at what you gave the student and if you didn't make any adjustments. So it's nice having an idea of what your kids have done throughout the year. And it's kind of fun to go back and look at it as well. And like I said before, whenever you invite your students, they will show up in this area. So if I want to create an assignment, I would title it, and right here where I showed you before, you unclick all students, and let's say you just want to assign it to Moses. You choose that one. See, it goes only to one student. Ungraded. Put all the information you need, and then assign. Personally, that's how I've found it, found to be the most helpful and, I guess, condensed way to work in Classroom. But really, it's up to you. If you want to do a different classroom per class period, it's however you want to do it. When you're done with your classes for the year, you would just click on these little dots and archive. So I'm going to go through this one more time. Click on the plus sign. Create class. This one is going to be Woodvale. Talented Visual Arts. Create. Here's the class code to give to the students. Here's where you can make your announcements. And you can have it go to all students or just some. Right up here in the gear is where you can change how you want comments to be made and whether you want them to see the entire attachment and details or just the condensed notifications. If you make any changes, make sure you click Save. Right here is where you would post anything to your students. You would go to Classwork, create an assignment, or if you just want to post some material for them to look at or listen to. So remember, when you create an assignment, you can specify right here what student the assignment goes to. Or it could go to all of them. Totally up to you. But to keep your own sanity, I would suggest putting the student's name, maybe first name or first initial and last name. That way when you're going through all your assignments, for all your classes, you know who it's for. This is where you would add students by their email, or you would give them the class code, and then grades, which we don't have to worry about. and then you would go back to your class's dashboard. So this is what your dashboard will look like. This is what your student's dashboard will look like. You can also change how often you receive notifications from Google Classroom. So go to where you would typically access your classes in your dashboard. Go to Settings, Receive email notifications, comments, classes you're enrolled in, classes you teach, etc. So you could customize how often your email blows up. And that is it. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.